How the heck are you guys? I am Fastidious. Welcome to Raid Shadow Legends, and I cannot wait to break down this summoning pool that just dropped yesterday for you guys. It is the Defenders summon pool, and this group of units you could get lucky and summon from Prism crystals is about as good as we have ever seen. The only banner, or the only pool, I should say, like raid up collection through Prism shards I've seen this good in the exactly 6 months since I've been back in Raid was the anniversary pool right around the Fabian fusion. And that one was like, hey, it's the Plarium anniversary, and everything was kind of good. That's kind of the same thing here, though there's a theme. They're all defenders, but it's the same idea. And even then, with the Fabian one, I don't know if the quality of all the legendaries was this good. I mean, there's obviously variance here, but there's really only one outlier that is pretty mid, and that's going to be Lysanthier. This is a disappointment, especially for the people that pull him. So if you watch this video and then you pull Lysanthier, come back and we can cry together in the future. Because the other, what is it, 8, the 7 other normals, and then the headliner, the unbelievable Newt, are all very good at what they do, and some of them are the absolute best, completely excellent options in the game. And then when I approach evaluating a Prism pool, a summoning pool event, right, the epics are very important because you're going to have to get lucky always to hit the legendary. You're not guaranteed until 20. So unless you're a very big spender, there's no other option. You can't save these up, right? So most people, you need to be prepared to hit some epics, and this is the best epic pool we've ever seen. Because even with that anniversary pool, there were some really specific ones that were like only Mikage units. So if you didn't need that, those are just units you would not want. Here, like, who is the worst here? Is it Grizzled Jarl? Which I guess if you've progressed in the game and you have good dwarves, he wouldn't provide that much value. But this is still an above average epic for sure. If you have a new account, like within 2 or 3 months old, this is such a must pull on Prism event if you spend it all. And if you do not spend and you want to start a new free-to-play account, or you just want to start a new account with a bunch of free stuff, I have a new link for August, and it is my best link ever. I say I have the best link in the land a lot, but I actually think this is the best version of it ever. More on that at the end of the video. You'll see a breakdown of it in the description and the top pinned comment. You can also skip to the end if you want. This new link is so freaking good. I think there's a ton of value here. And then we have some of the better epics in the entire game, right? Seer, Skull Crusher, Hotatsu. The whole pool is really, really strong. These are units that you're happy to get Faction Guardians of and eventually empower up. So to me, there aren't really any misses here. I guess personally, it would be Grizzled Jarl, and then funny enough, maybe Tyrell, just for where my account personally is at, and then maybe Grush. But still, all good units. I actually would love to pick up Narox. We've got a really nice bit of control, like really good lockout unit. And then, of course, the stars of this pool are going to be these Defender legendaries. They are crazy. I mean, if we look here, Wixwell and Newt, these are 2 of the 3, 4, 5 best fusions of all time in Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, Newt is such a cheat code in this game. It's honestly absurd. And then for the content you're going to use Wixwell, he's the most broken thing there is. He's the most broken unit, maybe for a specific piece of content. Let me know what you guys think. That'd be a fun video. Who's the most broken unit for one specific piece of content? I think Wixwell in Demon Lord has an argument, because it is just, oh, you were having trouble getting 80k? Here's 140. Like, he's completely busted there. And he's really good everywhere. Such a great support kit. Lots of really nice stuff. Speaking of good supporters, Freya, I feel like Freya's borderline underrated in some circles now. I think people think of her a bit in Arena because this passive allows some really cool Ghost Second stuff. You might not see her in like super high-end RTA, right? Live Arena, but undeniably great in Arena. But the whole kit, she's bringing so much to the table. For longer fights, she has these big shields. She increases her defense. It's scaling off of her defense. She's ramping up her defense with this passive. Very cool unit. I think anyone that doesn't have her would be lucky to pick up. Staltis, obviously, very, very cool in a lot of things. Hits harder than people realize. A lot of cool stuff in the kit, and then he really shines with this passive, which kind of allows you to cheese the dragon all the way up to hard 10. So use him in a lot of places, but definitely kind of a cheat code there. Ragash, really fun in the arena and in general, just a good debuff, nice support, and hits quite hard with this A2. I guess let's break them all down right now. Feral is completely busted when you're going for those higher and higher and higher scores in those more difficult clan bosses, right? In the Hydra and then the Chimera, particularly the Hydra, it doesn't really get better than Feral. This passive's amazing. each additional benefit he gives his allies as they're under more and more buffs, and he obviously provides a wealth of buffs himself, I should say. He provides 2 buffs with the A3, but if it's a Hydra content or something, you're always going to have 4 buffs. Getting all these benefits, just tremendous, especially for 4 or more buffs, a unique way to increase damage. These are always very welcome. This would be an enormous pickup for literally anyone. Definitely into your Hydra, can certainly fit him into your Chimera. And he's just a crazy crazy carry unit. We got Mitch, I don't know how to say this name, Michinaki. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to help. What a crazy hexer. I wonder where he ranks among the best hexers in the game. He hits pretty hard. He puts out a ton of hex. He enables all these other debuffs, little HP burn as well. And then he's going to come in and be the ally attack assistant whenever another ally is attacking a unit under hex. He's got that 50-50 chance, really strong, more opportunities to put out that HP burn. It will start feeling like an AoE. Such a cool unit to pick up. Have we basically talked about everyone? Obviously, I'm saving someone for last here. Well, I guess we didn't really get into Newt. Broken. He's broken. I mean, for PvE content especially, I mean, he's such a cheat code. Lysanthier, if you get unlucky and you pull him, at least he's bringing some stuff for Hydra. I just don't think he's that well designed, and he really requires a heavy book investment. I shouldn't say heavy, but he requires a proper book investment. You will need this skilled out, and you will need this skilled out. So even if you're lucky, we're talking 8 books. And if you're not lucky, we're talking 12 for a unit that is fairly niche, and even in that niche is not particularly dominant. Also a recent fusion many people already picked up. This is the stinker of the bunch. Not to say he's bad, but he is the stinker. And then Harima. This is who obviously, Newt would be like the cheat code for my account personally, most of our accounts if we don't have him, but Harima's my favorite of the bunch. When I returned to the game, she was like one of the hyped up units that was gone while I was away from Raid, and I understood reading her kit why she was so good, but seeing her in practice, she is just so tremendous. It is just so good. Decreasing the target's defense throughout the battle, increasing her defense, the way she scales, the scaling makes her so good in boss content, and then obviously she's already incredibly good in PvP content. Having this stuff, reducing enemy ignore defense effects is just so good. Not just when they're hitting her, she's just doing that. Demon spawn units can inflict crits, whatever, very specific, but really reducing the ignore defense effects is so clutch in so many things, and she's so unique in that way. She's got the AoE, she hits hard, obviously. She puts out the provoke. Harima, it would just be she's one of the coolest units in the game. Also, this design is just brilliant. I think this pool is it's so attractive. So if you're lucky enough to hit a legendary, it's kind of hard to go wrong. I'll tell you, for me personally, I don't have any of these units except Lysanthier, who I fused. So if I could somehow get lucky and hit gold, that would be pretty dang awesome. And then these epics, this is very, very cool as well. The final thing I want to talk up with this pool and bring it home is I've tested it out. Last pool I did, this was had to be during the Titus fusion. At Titus or Thalin, I think it was Titus. We had the Force pool, and if you didn't know, if you have any Prism crystals, the next time you open your Prism, you're up in the summoning portal, it's going to auto pull it for you. You cannot save them up event to event. If you never click on the button, it will save the actual pull, so you can use it for points, but it will be from the previous pool when you had those crystals. But if we go to the tournaments, we're going to get a champ chase on Friday. So assuming they don't time us out in a really annoying way, which I don't think they will, and I think even if you log on after, it will still work. This ends in 3 days, 11 hours. So that means for me, it's going to end at about 1:30 a.m. on Friday. So that should be when the champ chase is starting. If there's any overlap at all, or I think, correct me if I'm wrong, even if you delay but you haven't logged in, you should open your account and it will have auto pulled it for you as long as you've opened the summon pool at all, and it will be in your mailbox, but it should register then and you should get a ton of points. So this is a really nice way to take a swing at a really nice pool. That's my plan, while also making the champ chase a lot easier. Because personally, what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy the $50 pack. Whenever I do a Prism pool, I like to buy this. I don't have any crystals right now, but this brings us to 210. It's 40 crystals for a pull this time. It's basically always been 40, the past many in a row. But when I just started, there was a dwarf pool and it was 35. You can see here, I'm going for this. Oh, this isn't my account. I'm on my referral account. Mine's 6,700, but I'm going to go and get this. I'm about halfway done on my account. So that's 40. So you get 6 pulls. Worst case scenario, if you don't hit legendary, unfortunately, that is still 6 epics, right? That's still 1,500 points. And that's just such a way to chomp at the champ chase, make it a lot easier. For me, I'm going for all the fragments in the champ chase, so I'm assuming it's gonna be like 3,000, 4,000, maybe 5,000 points. We'll have to see. Maybe 3,000 is a little optimistic. I only went for the first little bit in the summon rush, so I need it to go well, and I really want to save as many of my summons as possible. So this is a really cool way to do it, all while getting to pull on something you actually really want to pull on. Because I don't like pulling on things where it's like this past weekend, it was a progressive event where I knew I wasn't going to get Duchess. Do I want to pull 5, 6 Sacred Shards? No, not really. I'd rather save that for a time where I really want to use it during a good event. This is a way to do that. This Prism pool is a good event, and it lines up with the champ chase. Obviously, more than the one pull is only available for spenders, but we're balling on a budget here. If you haven't seen, I just did my pay-to-win guide when you have a budget. I broke down every single purchase I made over the past 6 months. Video wasn't that long. Definitely go check it out. But that is my plan. I'm very excited for this pool. If I could come out of it with Newt or Harima, I'd be incredibly happy. Or let's throw Feral. Those are my top 3 personally. But after that, anyone but Lysanthier, and I'm over the moon. Like if I pull a Ragash, a Staltis, Wixwell, obviously, Freya would be so cool. My Barbarians aren't my strongest either. And then I think, I hate that I can't say his name, Mishinaki. I think he's so cool too. So really fun stuff. And also, I don't have a single counter attack, so maybe a little Skull Crusher action as well. Let me know, guys. Are you excited for this pool? Are you going to go in on it? I'd love to have a chat about it. I've really been enjoying Raid the past week, 2 weeks. Not that I normally don't like it. Obviously, I do, but I've been particularly enjoying it because if things have felt a little more low stakes, if that makes sense. Personally, I just was so all in on the Thalin and Titus stuff. It was just a lot to juggle. And right now, I feel like Crocod's been fairly straightforward for me personally. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. And I'm kind of coasting, and I'm like, how are they going to release Packmaster? I'm trying to get my ducks in a row, and I'm very excited for this Prism pool. So there you have it. I have been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, please do subscribe to the channel. If you are not yet playing Raid Shadow Legends, use my link in the description in the top and comment. It is a new link, and it is so spicy. You are getting Deacon immediately on download. I know other links I've had, it was a legendary. I actually asked to have the legendary taken off my link and replaced with Deacon. They told me you couldn't do Deacon and a legendary. I think starting with Deacon is much more powerful than any of the legendaries from the selection pool. The Elenarls, the, oh my God, really, Corrado, and then I just had Basilius Rawanus. Obviously, those guys are good too, but getting a unit as good as Deacon, that's basically a legendary in disguise that you can instantly max out with epic books, like 2 days in, 3 days in, whatever. It's the hardest carry. So I worked my link in that way. And then you still get Tagoar, I believe, at 15. You get Uugo at 20, and now we're getting Zargala. So we're really touching all the affinities. We're getting her at 30. So you got an AoE defense break for each of the main affinities, non-void affinities, right out of the gate, basically within your first 2 days playing. It's pretty awesome. Let me know what you think, guys. If you want to start a new account, use that link, or if you're starting fresh, use that link. I've been Fastidious. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.